Big news from Delhi. Manish Sisodia, Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister, who held 18 portfolios, has resigned from his position given the arrest by the CBI. And not just him, Satyendra Jain also decided to put forth that resignation. What does this mean for the Aam Aadmi Party? 8 departments handled by Sisodia could likely be given to now Kailash Gehlot, who's already a transport minister. 10 of Sisodia's departments allotted to Rajkumar Anand. Sources are telling India Today 2 new ministers are possibly being announced by Kejriwal government. Who could be the 2 new ministers? Aam Aadmi Party MLA Atishi and former Minister Saurabh Bhardwaj are likely to be inducted. Saurabh Bhardwaj, remember, has experience as minister, and also Atishi has been close aide of Manish Sisodia and also been in the close team of Arvind Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party has said Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain resigned because it was not to affect any ongoing work in Delhi while they are currently in custody, and it could look like a long haul given the days right now.
अब इनके दूसरे शराब मंत्री जेल में हैं, सीबीआई की गिरफ्त में हैं और इनको पद्मश्री देने की बात करते थे। यानी कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के मापदंड देखिए, इनको लगता है कि जो सबसे बड़ा घोटाला करे उसको सबसे बड़ा सम्मान दिया जाए, लेकिन उन्होंने शहीद भगत सिंह और बाकी सबको अपमानित करने का काम किया जब उनसे जोड़ने का काम किया।
लेकिन ऐसा कोई इस्तीफा नहीं बना जो आपके पापों को धो सके। जो पूरी दिल्ली में शराब के ठेके खोले थे, स्कूल्स के पास, मंदिरों के पास, गुरुद्वारे के पास, घरों में जब माताओं ने, बहनों ने, छोटी छोटी बच्चियों ने अपने घर के नीचे शराब बिकती हुई देखी थी, तो आप सोच सकते हैं उन पर क्या गुजरी होगी। जब ये सारे ठेकों से जो पैसे कमाए गए थे, इससे दूसरे स्टेट्स में जब चुनाव लड़े गए थे, पंजाब में जब आप गए थे चुनाव लड़ने खालिस्तानियों की मदद से, तो इसका हिसाब आपसे दिल्ली की जनता और देश की जनता जरूर मांगेगी।
The arrest of Mr. Manish Sisodia at this late juncture in the course of the investigation doesn't seem to be right, and it does not augur well with the functioning of the democratic system. It is not anybody's case that somebody who has done a wrong should not be proceeded with as per law. But as the Supreme Court itself has repeated on several occasions, that unless absolutely necessary and unless the facts so warrant, which in my view in this case do not warrant, a person should not be put in custody and should not be subjected to custodial interrogation.
So, of course, there will be a big announcement expected, and when could that happen? Let's bring in India Today's Preeti Chaudhary for the latest on that. Preeti, any possible date or time when these new ministers could be announced?
What we're given to understand is that there's a protocol once the ministers have tendered in their resignation. The resignation letter has been accepted by the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, but now that resignation as per protocol will be forwarded to the LG. Now the Lieutenant Governor really cannot take any decision on it. He has to duly forward the resignation all the way to the President, and the President of India will then accept that resignation. Usually, as per protocol, this entire process takes about 20 days, and that is what is anticipated by the Aam Aadmi Party. And at the back of that, 2 new ministers will be inducted into the cabinet. But, what we are also given to understand is that these 2 ministers will be given, charges of of portfolios or ministries where there is not so much in terms of heavy lifting, because finance, as I just pointed out earlier, has already gone to Kailash Gehlot and it's going to stay with Kailash Gehlot, while education has gone to Rajkumar Anand and is going to stay with Rajkumar Anand. But yes, we can expect 2 more leaders to step in as cabinet ministers. The speculation on that, will it be Atishi and Saurabh? Well, in all probabilities, that's where the word is that it is going to be Atishi and Saurabh. But we can only expect both of them to be inducted into the cabinet after the President accepts the resignation of both Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia. Now, if it happens in the next 1 week, yes, but if it happens after 20 days, 30 days, depending when the President gets back as per protocol, these new inductions will take place.
All right, Preeti, thank you very much for that perspective. So it could be perhaps more deliberation that could be done on who could be the new 2 ministers and what happens if Manish Sisodia comes out after 5 days. Let's now go across to Ashutosh Mishra. He's joining me in this telecast live from the location on the ground. Ashutosh, what does it look like? This is an unprecedented setback for the Aam Aadmi Party. What could be their strategy to ensure government runs?
Well, Preeti, the first is to wait and watch. They will wait till 4th of March when the CBI remand of Manish Sisodia is over, and when he'll be produced before the court, and we'll have to see whether CBI seeks further remand or they demand judicial custody. When I spoke to the senior leaders within the party after the setback from the Supreme Court, anyone as taking as an advice that either approach High Court or the trial courts. The party does not want to waste time. What they think is that if they approach High Court, they may probably take a time, and after just because of there could be possibly long hearing, and when the High Court says go to approach trial court, that possibly could be another setback, and to avoid that, party is now planning to approach first the trial court, and that could be there when they will not seek directly a bail, but rather challenge the process of arresting by the CBI under the concerned CRPC sections. When they challenge, and if there is a relief from the court, it automatically brings a bail to Manish Sisodia. So that is one strategy which the Aam Aadmi Party is discussing at the moment. As far as the resignations are concerned, we already know that has been tendered, and the rest is process that doesn't take more than 24 hours the moment it is forwarded to LG. Rest is all just process in the name of MHA. It is already done. So when these the work allocation is concerned, that will be done by the Chief Minister, and that is just a process. This is totally CM's jurisdiction, and once he allocate the work to concerned ministers, that noting and the file will be sent to the Lieutenant Governor. So the work is totally going to begin almost when it comes to the budget process. Remember, that is going to be very crucial, and there is most likely the assembly session called from 8th of March to 10th of March, and most probably on 10th of March, Delhi's budget will be tabled in the House, and that will be tabled by Kailash Gehlot. Earlier there was a plan that probably Chief Minister himself could keep a finance department, and he is likely to table the budget in case of Manish Sisodia doesn't get bail, and that would also subsequently in his speech offer even respect to Manish Sisodia. That was a kind of a plan by the Aam Aadmi Party. But looking at the setback from the Supreme Court, a last minute several changes. But remember, why there are two new ministers not being inducted at the moment is the message that Aam Aadmi Party doesn't want to give his party and the cadre that he's not standing tall with his men. So the message that is given loud and clear that he supposed
and who closer than Manish Sisodia to Arvind Kejriwal, Ashutosh? So it's a point that you're making is pertinent, because Manish Sisodia since day one has been the most trusted lieutenant. Arvind Kejriwal wouldn't trust any other minister, so to say, than he did Sisodia. So can he really let that continue, or the work for the government needs to get on the job?